Good afternoon and welcome back here to Hillhead of Covington on day 4. As promised, we're going for a look in the maternity unit. We are starting off here today in what we call the dry cow shed. We call these the dry cows because these are the cows which are not actually producing milk at the moment. Our cows, 2 months before they're about to give birth, we dry these cows off, which means we stop milking them and we move them up into this shed. This allows the cows a good period of rest and recuperation after a lactation before they calve down and start producing milk again. In this shed, it's very important that these cows have plenty of space to walk around and have plenty of beds to lie in. The beds in here are also deep bedded with sand, and we like to disturb these cows as little as possible to allow these cows to relax and chill and have time out before they come to calving. What these cows are fed is also very important. They also have their feed mixed up in a total mixed ration. This ration is very different from the milking cows because these cows are not producing milk. They have a much lower energy requirement, and as we don't want these cows putting on extra condition and flesh, so this ration is a low energy ration which allows the cows to eat as much as they want and remain full all the time, but they don't become fat. Now if we look round these dry cows, which are the ones pre-calving, I will now hand you over to Abby, who is down at the maternity pen, and I think there's a bit of action happening.
I brought this cow in here today. This is our maternity unit, so she's in a pen by herself, deeply bedded in straw. She's in here because she's going to calve today. Now, so she's just beginning to calve. Hopefully it won't be too much longer and we'll have a calf. Just calved, she's up straight away, licking the calf clean and dry, and the nutrients that the calf's covered in will be really good for the cow. The cow now gets a rehydration drink after she's calved in order to replace all the fluids that she's lost whilst giving birth. The calf's been born for about 20 minutes now. It's up on its feet, which is really good. Still a wee bit wobbly, but that's fine. I'm going to feed it just now. I'm also going to dip its navel with iodine. This gets done because the navel is a primary source for infection for a calf, so we do this to dry it up and keep it clean. This is also why the calf is born in a very deep straw bedded pen, to try and stop infection. 5 litres of milk here. And that's what I'm going to feed the calf because it's really important that the calf gets at least 10% of its body weight of colostrum in the first 2 hours of being born. This is because calves are born with no immune system, so the colostrum and the antibodies in the colostrum will give it all that it needs in order to fight any infections that it might come across in the future. Calf now, and between my 2 bottles I've only got half a litre left, so the calf's had fully 4.5 litres, which will give it plenty of antibodies and help build its immune system. The calf's now nice and full and ready to go into a hutch by itself, and the cow's ready to go and get milked.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed your visit to the maternity unit there. As we milk 370 cows here and we calve all year round, we average 1 cow calving every day. We like to leave these cows to get on with this with as little intervention as possible. One of the advantages of milking 3 times a day is we have staff on site most hours of the day, which enables these staff to keep a close eye on these calving cows and also feed these newborn calves within 2 hours of birth to make sure they get that vital colostrum into them early. Well, that brings us to the end of day 4 of our virtual farm tour. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow for our 5th and final day, when we'll be out exploring some of the fields and admiring the landscape and scenery here at Hillhead of Covington. We will see you then. Thank you.